Here on the Jasper channel, I like to react to videos about the topic of dating in relationships. And we have dating coach Naz here. Now, I've never watched her content. Her video is Why Nice Guys Finish Last and How to Change That. I love the topic of nice guys, and let's roll.
Hello gentlemen, welcome back. I'm dating coach Naz, and in today's video I want to talk about why nice guys finish last and how to change this. So if you are interested, then please keep on watching. So if you're a guy who has been kind, you have been respectful, thoughtful, and then you always find yourself stuck in the friend zone, or you're just struggling to attract the kind of attract the kind of relationship that you desire, then this is going to be just for you. So the first point that I want to make is that nice doesn't always equal attraction. Okay?
It almost never does.
And, just being nice doesn't always create that, you don't have that spark, that attraction, all of those kind of good things. And also there's a lot of other attributes that come along with attraction, right? Building a bond with a woman. And so there's actually a study, 2018, found that women are often drawn to men who exhibit confidence, assertiveness, and a sense of adventure.
Yeah, for sure. Of course. Now, confidence in terms of being nice is very simple. The most effective people are going to be confident. And the most effective people choose to be nice and polite just because it makes their lives easier to be that way, as opposed to being like negative and rude. You're just going to have a more efficient, effective, better life. So you can be, the most confident people are nice, but they're not nice guys. TM.
So not just kindness. Kindness is one of my non-negotiables. Is like right up here. If you're not kind, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and that's how most people feel. But the term nice guy is now synonymous with guys who are overly nice and are simps, which is different from just a person being nice. Wildly, enormously different.
And so the reason why kindness, while kindness is important, it alone isn't enough to create a relationship, to create that spark, to create that, the chemistry with you and that other person. And by the way, I don't believe in, yes, chemistry and spark, all of those words are great. But the most important part is making sure you're aligned in that, in the relationship, you're compatible. Right? So I just want to mention that as well. Now,
yeah, but that's kind of a contradictory statement, right? And that's really where guys get jumbled up and don't understand the reality of the situation, is statements like that. Because you're literally saying that niceness doesn't create the relationship, but you're saying that like compatibility is the most important thing. And I think nice guys often mix that up, that like a woman wants a guy that she's really compatible with. So a guy will think, oh, well, we're compatible, we have a bunch of stuff in common, and I'm a great guy, why isn't she attracted to me? And it's because of what she said. Like, that's not creating chemistry or a connection or a spark. And it isn't. So the fact that that isn't, it's kind of contradictory to what she just said about compatibility being this like big thing. Well, you're admitting that it's not, that it's about chemistry and spark. So if you don't have that chemistry and spark, then you can't have the relationship, thus making the connection and compatibility completely pointless. It's worthless. You're not going to be in a relationship anyway because you haven't have that chemistry and spark to get to the relationship. So it's kind of an inaccurate statement because it's contradictory to itself.
So if you're solely relying on you being nice, you may be missing out.
Yes, definitely. And I'm glad that that's the point that she's getting to, is you need to create that spark. You need to create that chemistry. And often how you do that, basically how you do that entirely is by not being overly nice and like simping for a woman. That's not going to create the spark and the chemistry that you need to get to basically the point where she's going to even factor in compatibility.
On the traits that actually drive.
Because a confident man is never ever going to simp for a woman. Never. Not once, ever. Because, there's no... Confident men don't have the time to, and they also understand that that's not what women find attractive at all.
A romantic connection and that attraction. So, the way to fix this is being kind is great, but don't let it overshadow your other essential traits, such as ambition, confidence, and also emotional intelligence. So yes, kindness is great, but you need other attributes as well.
All right, women like to use that term emotional intelligence, and it's bizarre. I'm not trying to talk bad about women, but overall, men, for the most part, there's plenty of very emotionally unintelligent men, but as a collective, men are way more emotionally intelligent than women are. They're way more in control of their emotions. It's how it is. So such statements are a little strange to hear. I'm going to go back a little bit. And
traits such as ambition, confidence.
Yeah, those two terms are incredibly important. Like, women care in an enormous amount about that. More than anything, ambition and confidence. Now, I know that the nice guys out there, they're going to struggle to, like, that hurts to hear because that's so not important, right? Like, there are so many not confident people, men and women, who are some of the best people on the freaking planet, who would be the best girlfriends or boyfriends you could ever have, right? That's just the reality, right? And it sucks. It sucks that women place so much value in confidence and ambition. I understand why you would be attracted to those things, but the fact that it is the top most important thing is pretty shitty, right? Now, it's also pretty shitty that the top things that guys are gonna go for women over are their looks, right? The shape of their body is vitally important to men. It is. We pretend that it isn't, but it is. And I think men also agree that shouldn't, that shallow of men, that shouldn't be the top thing in consideration. But if we're being honest with ourselves, it is. And for women, it's also shallow and kind of foolish, because some of the most ambitious people, if you think of some of the worst people on the planet, right? The huge majority of people despise Elon Musk, despise Mark Zuckerberg, despise Bill Gates. These people who are ambitious lunatics, right? Look at Andrew Tate, for example. Incredibly ambitious, incredibly confident. If you really stop and think about the most hated people in society, the worst people, genuinely some of the worst people on this planet, are incredibly ambitious and incredibly confident. Most politicians are that. They're scumbags, they're dirtbags, they're awful, they harm other people. So it's really unfortunate. And it sucks out there, nice guys. I know it sucks because you just want to live a simple life, treat people well. And I'm not talking about the nice guys who are overly nice, the simps, the incels, the weirdos who don't get any dates. I'm talking about the people who like just are just struggling with their dating lives and wish things were a little different. It sucks that you just want to be a basic person who wants to live a basic happy life. Like you don't want a whole lot. You just want to enjoy life, spend time with friends and family, have a great time, be a good person, good vibes. And you're happy without having a giant... Your ambition is just to be happy. You don't need all this other crap. And that's really where the really deep and annoying shallowness that actually annoys me. And I'm somebody who makes 6 figures a year, right? I don't give a crap. I don't judge anybody based off of their income level, ever. And I think people who do are quite ridiculous. And that ties heavily into this ambition that women are attracted to. And it's just, they just want crap. They just want useless junk. They just want to keep up with the Joneses. They just want to feel superior to the people around them, have some sort of meaningless status in society. It's all so shallow and so ridiculous. But it's kind of the reality of the situation. So you have to accept that and lean heavily towards the women who care way more about the confidence than they do the ambition, right? Because that's just a gold digger. Like, what she's describing is gold digging.
And also emotional intelligence. So yes, kindness is great, but you need other attributes as well. So, for example, if you're constantly doing nice things for her without establishing your own needs...
Yeah, look at the face. She's going to say it's incredibly repulsive. It's disgusting. Nothing is going to make a woman less attracted to you than that. Like, these guys out here who are simping for women, especially like women on like premium websites, man, those women despise you. Despise you. But you do you. I think people can... even within that completely fake, because most of those times they're talking to like a dude who's just running the account for the woman. I think even a fake relationship like that you can get some positivity out of. I actually have a pretty nuanced view on that, but yeah, your needs are incredibly important, and you need to be confident because you need to be able to communicate these things in pursuing a relationship, right? In starting a relationship, you have needs. Those needs need to be met, and you need to be willing to cut a woman off. That's part of this whole confidence thing. You need to be willing to be like, all right, well, you ain't getting any attention from me, not even a little, unless you're giving me attention. Unless my needs are met, your needs, no, don't matter at all. Like I won't. Literally, you basically need to have the attitude. All right, you're not meeting my needs. I won't talk to you. Like, I won't talk to you for 2 weeks. Maybe I won't talk to you ever. Right? I think a lot of guys get confused and incorrectly think that doing that, cutting a woman off, not giving her the attention, is somehow like being mean to her. Or like, some guys even take it as far as if that's like being abusive towards women. No. What you're doing there is actually a great thing for that woman because you're creating an attraction. You're building a spark, building chemistry between you and this woman because she now knows, all right, this guy's confident. This guy knows what he wants, knows what his needs are, and needs them to be met by me. He's not going to put up with me not meeting his needs. He'll kick me to the curb in a minute. Like, I need to be... It will cause the woman to realize, or not realize, but it's this like unspoken negotiation that goes on. in like a woman sussing out a relationship, like this is all a part of it, right? Is that she's gonna like calibrate. She's gonna see, is this guy gonna simp for me? Like, what exactly is the vibe here? And you need to be making that vibe very clear. That like, especially if you're a guy who's got a lot going on for you, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest here. Let's just be brutally honest. I am a 6'2" man who makes over $100,000 a year income. Right? I'm a homeowner. I'm bringing a lot to the table here, right? Like, I ain't perfect. I ain't, whatever. I ain't gonna claim that I'm attractive by any means, but I'm pretty sharp. I'm pretty emotionally intelligent, which is like I hate the term emotionally intelligent. It's completely ridiculous. But I'm bringing a lot to the table, and I got options. I've got options, and I've always had options. Ever since I was at like 15 years old, I've had options, and as time has gone on, I've only gotten more options, right? I know it. And it's not even something that I have to express. I don't even necessarily even have to express it. You kind of naturally do, right? Like, I kind of naturally do express that in getting to know a woman, right? Like, she is going to pick up that vibe from me, that I got options. But even if I wasn't putting that out there, which is not even like a thing you like consciously necessarily even do, like, she'll pick up that vibe if that is genuinely the reality of the situation. Like, I've never even given it thought. I don't even know how you would put that vibe out there. It's just the actual reality of me. So it's the vibe that I naturally put out there. But even if I didn't, like, even if for some reason, just through whatever obstacle or method of us getting to know each other, even if I couldn't express that non-verbally, or however you want to think of it, subtly express that in ways that I do that I don't even fully understand, she would pick up on it. Like, she'd be like, all right, like, she's going to be calibrating you regardless. So she would naturally, even without even necessarily communicating with me, would pick up on that for sure. I've had women outright say it, right? Like, say I meet a woman through like a dating app or whatever, she's gonna be like, oh, well, like, sometimes the conversation goes there, literally goes there, where it's like, oh, well, you must date a lot. It's like, oh yeah, I do. Like, it's been a while. Usually you kind of want to downplay it a little bit, but yeah. So yeah, let's see what else this dating coach has to say.
Or boundaries, that is when, you're going to be taken for granted, unfortunately. And it's like, it's like pouring from an empty cup. You cannot be in a relationship where you're constantly giving, and that person is taking. So her needs are met, but then you're left, feeling drained, exhausted, chaotic in that mind because you're not grounded. You're not, you're not connected to yourself because you're just giving away your energy.
Yes, 100%. And all that energy you're giving away, it's just for the woman to despise you, just to think you're nothing but a simpering idiot, a loser, someone who she wants nothing to do with. She's going, even if she literally dates you because you're doing all this stuff for her, she's going to lose any attraction for you. It's just not a way you can go about things. It cannot lead to a successful relationship, right? Like, even in relationships, long-term relationships, where this dynamic sort of exists, it usually exists in the context of the woman having nagged the guy for years and years and torn him down. So the guy, like, has to have started up here and then over time got, like, lowered to where he can be, like, subservient to a woman. That can function, but usually the only times it does is when kids are involved, and some sort of just, I don't want to judge people, but some people have only been in like one relationship, and they just haven't like dated, right? They just haven't really even gone on dates, or they've only dated like one person, and they put up with being treated like dirt because that's all they know. Like they don't see themselves being in a different relationship, so they don't see how greener the grass on the other side actually is. We're gonna cut this. This is part 1. We're gonna continue on because I am like 1/8 through this video, and we're gonna keep going, but we're gonna cut it into different parts. So I'll see you in part 2.